Hello everyone, in this video, I will show you some best free multiplayer RPG games. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is a game designed to keep you active, with everything from campaigns to missions and activities that provide weapon upgrades, armor, gear, and other fascinating stuff. Players may anticipate a serious first-person shooter from this game, but the refined platforming and melee fighting offer it a playstyle that traditional RPG and MMO aficionados will like even more than other shooters on the market. It's one of the greatest crossovers between shooters and RPGs out there right now. Next up we have Path of Exile. Path of Exile has been gaining popularity in recent months, with Twitch Prime subscribers receiving free stuff for the game every now and again, even in the last year. The dark fantasy RPG game is chock full of stuff to do and learn, and it's a superb example of a polished dungeon crawler with a fluid top-down gameplay style. This game also has an interesting take on the skill tree system that fans of deep RPGs will absolutely enjoy. Next up we have Final Fantasy XIV Online. For an RPG enthusiast, this is arguably one of the most popular multiplayer games. You might assume Final Fantasy XIV is merely a cash grab based on the legendary Final Fantasy name, but it's a fantastic team-based and independent game that delivers a very fulfilling open-world RPG adventure that any MMO enthusiast will appreciate. The game is free up until level 35, but afterward, players need to pay a monthly subscription and will need to purchase expansion packs. Next up we have Paladins. Paladins is a 2016 hero shooter that came out soon after Overwatch. Paladins is a free-to-play alternative to its competitors with a vast range of heroes to choose from. Frontline, damage, support, and flank are the four roles. Every hero is unique, and each one has a unique approach to fighting. It's a great way to add RPG elements to a more competitive experience, and optimizing your build becomes just as important as the fast-paced action gameplay. Next up we have Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 is a traditional fantasy role-playing game with solo, co-op, and PvP options. Originally a pay-to-play game, it became free-to-play in 2015. Unlike many traditional MMOs, this game prides itself on its ability to passively link up with other players, with frequent public events, and no requirement to team up before going on major objectives. This makes it especially easy to play if you don't have many friends who enjoy RPGs but still want a multiplayer experience. Next up we have Tera. Tera is a game developed by Bluehole for individuals who appreciate the gameplay components of an RPG. While the narrative and plot are weak in comparison to its contemporaries and competitors, Tera's true action combat system is smooth and flawless. Timing is key when engaging against rather competent enemy AI. The player also needs game sense, aim, and other aspects of tactical combat to conquer their enemies. This makes it a wonderfully careful experience and a significantly slower RPG than many of the more popular free-to-play games out there. Next up we have Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is undoubtedly something you've heard a lot about recently, whether you're a fan of JRPGs or just like RPGs with a lot of online content. This is without a doubt one of the most popular new online games, offering a more action-oriented experience than previous ability-based MMOs. The reason to play this, though, is the massive population of players to get involved with. All of these games certainly have fanbases and active players, but Genshin Impact is enough of a worldwide phenomenon that it's absolutely worth getting into while the energy and community are so spectacularly active. The last game of this video is Runescape. Older players may be surprised to see that Runescape is still going strong and active today. This is one of the oldest online role-playing games accessible, and while the game has evolved significantly over the years owing to new platforms and servers, the core original game is still available and full of players after more years than practically any other game. If you haven't played it before, or you want a different experience, there's also the modern version of Runescape that runs on a much better engine than the original pixelated design that's commonly referred to as RuneScape 3. So that's the list of 8 best free multiplayer RPG games. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff, and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.